Hey Sweetsters, thank you for joining me again today. Today we're going to go ahead and make some llama wine glasses. So please feel free to hit the subscribe button and don't forget the bell notification to get updates. And give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So what we're going to do today is show you how to make vinyl stencils and customized wine glasses. The things that you'll need will be listed in the description below. But as you can see here, we have our vinyl set up in our design space. We have 2 wine glasses that I got at the Dollar Tree, etching cream, and my vinyl. With your vinyl itself, you can use any kind that you want. Go ahead and feel free to use your scraps. So with here, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead with my design space to get my Cricut running. And we're going to go ahead and load our vinyl and press cut. Now with this, some designs can be very intricate and take a lot of time to process. So with this video, I will speed it up a little bit for you and give you an idea of what we're doing. Here is going to be 2 different vinyls on one, I'm sorry, 2 different stencils on one vinyl. Makes it easier than having to load and unload multiple times. Again, using your scrap vinyl is perfect for this. It could be any color that you would like. Again, we're going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit as well. And just keep going from here. Definitely feel free to find me on Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. My links will also be down in the description. We're going to go ahead and unload the vinyl. And you see with some of these letters and areas that are white, that's where the vinyl picked up. In another video, we'll go over on what to do when that happens. Here I like to put my mat upside down. It makes it easier to peel the vinyl so it doesn't roll. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the vinyl. I cut it into 2 pieces, so it's easier to put on each glass. I'm going to squeegee this here to make sure little pieces attach. Pull off the excess. Now don't pull off the vinyl itself, that's for the stencil, just the excess. And when we go to weed our areas, you want to weed the parts that you're going to etch. So normally a vinyl sticker would have the words itself in vinyl. This we're going to remove that part because that's the part that's going to be etched. Definitely be very careful when you're peeling your vinyl. Letters like O, P, R, A, the ones that have like the little dots in the center, those you want to keep on your vinyl. And at the end of the video, I'll show you why. There's some letters that would not stick. The little pieces themselves would not stick to the backing. And at this angle, it's kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to go ahead and move the camera a little bit. That way it makes it a little bit easier too. Alright, so I went ahead and removed some additional vinyl. You can see with the A right there and the one that I'm working on right now, the little centerpiece does not want to stick, but that's okay. You know, that's, again, completely up to you as well, what you feel comfortable with. Some letters you have to have that piece or it just doesn't look like the same letter at all. But with these letters that I have, like the D and the A, those already look like those letters with or without those pieces. And be careful when you peel up your vinyl. You want to also make sure that your vinyl doesn't stick to itself. Your scraps can stick together, that's no biggie, but you don't want your scrap vinyl to stick to the piece that you're using, especially if it's a sticker, because that can actually damage it. You may not be able to peel the vinyl piece off. And perfect, so this one here is done. This is the No Drama Llama. Now with the next one, same thing, we're just going to go ahead and peel off the excess and work on these letters. Again, you want to be very careful when you're peeling off any pieces. Sometimes you may not even notice that you accidentally peeled off an extra piece you weren't supposed to. So when they're very intricate like this and small, you want to definitely pay close attention. And see, this little piece got stuck on it and it's a little hard to peel up, but it's okay. And I like to do, if some letters are hard to peel up or some spaces are hard to weed, you can always start on another area, because sometimes if you just start in another angle, it's okay and it's easier to peel. And here I'm going to go ahead and grab an additional tool. I think that's going to help me a lot to try and hold these little pieces down. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That would be really great. And hit that notification bell to get updates of any upcoming videos. Oh, this little bugger's bothering me. You know what? I don't think I'm going to keep it. Let's just scrap that. That's okay. Alright, let's grab that other tool. Now these are kind of like tweezers. I like these because I can easily push a little piece down and peel the rest of it off. Sometimes when your squeegee doesn't work, just press down with your fingertip, and sometimes that works for me. And it did here, so example. And you'll see also at the end of the video what the O's and the different letters look like with and without their little dots, so you can see what you'll feel more comfortable with. And you're no problem, Llama. Now with these two, I just want to make sure that I grab my transfer tape, and I'm going to peel off the backing and place on top of the vinyl. Try and get as many bubbles out as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is not a regular sticker that we're doing. This is just going to be the stencil, so it's going to get peeled off the glass anyways. I also like to save the back of my transfer paper so that I can put my transfer sheet back on. Now with your glasses, you do want to clean the outside with rubbing alcohol after you clean it with soap and water, just to make sure that there's no fingerprints and oils from your fingers as well. We're going to go ahead and place the vinyl. I like to start in the middle and work my way out to the sides. This is going to give you the ability to make sure that it goes on straight, especially since the glass itself is curved. Again, it doesn't have to be completely perfect. You'll see when I zoom in that some of the vinyl is pinched in some areas. Here we go. So here's some pinched areas. That's okay. Just try and get them down as much as you can. Again, this is going to peel right back off the glass. We just want to make sure that there's no bubbles next to where the etching cream is going to go. We don't want it to bleed under the vinyl itself and end up distorting the image. So we're going to go ahead and push out any bubbles. You want to push it out towards the outside. So either away from the vinyl or in the areas that have like the actual cutout itself. And then we're going to peel off our transfer paper. Perfect. And let's go ahead and get some extra bubbles out. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get some painter's tape. Painter's tape is great. If you watched my last video of the Dodgers glass, you saw how without painter's tape you can accidentally get etching cream in places you didn't mean to. Even if it's on there for a second and you wipe it off, it will still etch and scratch your glass. And sometimes it's noticeable. It was noticeable to me. My boyfriend, who the glass was for, did not notice it. Thank goodness, but it bothered me so much. So with this tape here, this is going to make sure that while you're brushing on the etching cream, you can go over your stencil and you're not going to have to worry about your glass. And you want to make sure it's covering all sides, and check for bubbles as well. You want to make sure your bubbles come out against the vinyl so that you don't have to worry about the etching cream again going under and messing up the glass. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other glass. And if there's any kind of designs that you guys would like to see in future videos, definitely leave me a comment below. I love seeing comments. Let me know what you think of this project as well. What kind of tricks and tips that maybe I can show you guys in future videos, or if maybe you want something superhero themed or something, you know, leave it down in the comments. That's definitely going to help me build my channel as well, and I love to hear what you guys think. So here we're going to go ahead and peel off our tape, and again remove the bubbles. And again, I am so sorry with this angle. I think I need in my future videos to kind of change my angle. Definitely it's going to be practice. Alright, perfect. And you see in some areas it's all, you know, crunched up. It's okay. Don't worry. You'll see. It's not going to be an issue. Let's go ahead and put on some tape. And I personally love tape. I am known for using way too much tape. Ask my family when it comes to Christmas. They can't even open up their own presents. Alright, perfect. So here comes the time that we're going to go ahead and actually etch it. I'm going to go ahead and cut scenes to where I'm ready. Perfect. So here you're going to use your Armor Etch. It's an etching cream. I got it on Amazon. I'll have a link below. And a brush. I prefer a smaller brush. With this brush, this is the only one that I had on hand, so this is what I'll be using. And when you do your etching cream, you want to add a thick amount. I like to cover everything and go in different angles and directions when doing this, just to make sure that it's fully covering the piece. There's no missing pieces. It's not going to be like etched on one area and not the other. And as you see, I go in different directions. You can swirl it if you want, you know, whatever floats your boat, what you feel more comfortable with. After I make sure that I have the entire part covered, I'm going to go ahead and add more. You could never have enough. Don't worry about, you know, wasting material. I'll show you after this what we're going to do with it so that you can, you know, make your etching cream last as long as possible. And now I kind of feel like, you know, it's covered good. So let's go ahead and blotch on just a little bit more so it's not light in one area. This video is sped up, so it is quicker, but I personally like to apply the etching cream for about 5 minutes, just to make sure that it's on there. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other. Now once they're done, you're going to want to let them sit for 30 minutes. And this again, I'm going to go ahead and cut scene for you so you don't have to wait that long. Now after the 30 minutes have passed, we're going to go ahead and grab our etching cream again, and we're going to get as much of it off as possible and put back into the container. Don't worry, it's not a food product, so it's not going to go bad because you went ahead and used it. This is just a way that you'll be able to get the most bang for your buck. The etching cream's not too expensive, but you know, if you're making a lot of projects, it can add up very quickly. Now what I'm going to do is cut scenes, but you're going to want to go to your sink and wash your glasses. I personally like to just rinse them right now, because once you're done and you peel off the vinyl is when I go and actually wash it with soap and water. But just rinsing it off to make sure the etching cream is off so that you don't get it on your glass. We're going to peel off the tape and then the vinyl. And if there's any extra water, definitely feel free to wipe that down. That way you just don't have to worry about the glass slipping or anything else. And you see this gray area, this is what is etched. And take your weeding tool again and peel up the vinyl. Now the vinyl I preferably use is the permanent vinyl. I love permanent vinyl. It helps me so much. I actually haven't used the temporary vinyl, but to me, just permanent, I feel safer that it's not going to move around on me. And you could see in these letters like the A and the D, it didn't have that empty space like that O there and no. And that's how you can kind of tell the difference of, you know, why you should have those little letters. Also with the L's in Llama, you see here they had the little holes. In the other glass, I went ahead and I peeled it without the holes, so you'll see the difference there of how it etched it. And we're going to do the same thing with the other glass as well. Oh, and this one was easy. It wanted to peel it up with the tape, so that's cool. Make sure you do discard your extra pieces of vinyl, because you don't want that to get stuck on your work surface or your table and not be able to come off. And again, pay close attention to the letters like the O and the P, how there's no space in that P. And then look at the word llama as well. You can see the difference from those L's compared to the other ones. Again, it's no big deal. It still looks like an L. And again, it just depends on who you're giving it to. If it's for you and it's not a problem for you, you know, definitely, it's okay. Now I went ahead and I did wash these glasses right now with soap and water, but I just wanted to show you what it would look like if you had poured liquid inside of them. When you wash them, the etching cream or the etching part looks like it disappears, but it doesn't. But when you put liquid on the inside, it's still there. Now I didn't have wine for these glasses. I had, what did I have? Oh, I had cherry Sprite, which is one of my favorites. And it looks cute in here too. And you can still see the design. Isn't it cute? Well, thanks guys for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please again hit the subscribe button with the notification bell and hit a thumbs up if you liked the video. Thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye.